Sincere says him and Melanie have toxic moments, you guys, but they are not toxic as a couple. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Love Island USA Season 8. Episode 29, first look, has dropped, you guys, and we got to give a review. So, ultimately, what has happened is Dylan and Kenzie are surprised that they got votes for least compatible, and I don't understand why y'all are surprised. I don't understand. Dylan is coming across as an actor to some people. Kenzie wants to explore anything and everything but her actual couple. So why is anybody shocked that y'all got votes? People were not feeling how you were moving, right? So ultimately, she claims that she came in and explored and found a good connection and feels like she got crap for it. But here's the thing, Kenzie. Ultimately, we're heading into week 6. The show ends next week. We're heading into week 6. So for 5 weeks, you have explored. Make it make sense. What is your connection? That every time you have a new connection, you still want to have somebody else as backup. How can anybody vote for you realistically to be as a finalist or in the top 4 when you have been hopping around this villa? Nobody's saying you can't explore connections. But for 6 weeks, what is your most serious connection, Kenzie? Nobody. Like, what are we doing? So then Sincere and... Sincere and Melanie are having a conversation, you guys. And he said, listen, our relationship is not toxic. It has toxic moments, but we are not toxic. Let's cue Anaya saying, what was that, week 1 or week 2, that y'all were a toxic couple. That y'all were a toxic couple. She told y'all that to y'all face, and y'all started laughing. She and KC were in the bed next to them, and KC told Anaya, let's focus on us. Anaya said y'all are going to be that toxic couple, and they thought it was funny. So, Neil, why are you saying it may have toxic moments, but we are not toxic? No. Talking about, you know what I'm saying, he is done lying, and he's done leading people on, and it doesn't help anybody, and that they have a healthy relationship, and he's done with the deceit. I do not buy Sincere for 1 second. I think this is all an act. I think he is on a PR image cleanup tour so that him and Melanie can get to the finals. And here is my thing, right? As much as y'all go in on the Islanders for being Team Sincere and wanting him and Melanie to stay together and all the things, how come as Melanie fans and Melanie supporters, you did not vote for her? You know what I'm saying? If you want her to be home so bad, why, you know what I'm saying? Why are y'all campaigning for her to stay in the villa, which would mean the only way she's staying in the villa is if she is in a couple with Sincere? Make it make sense. Make it make sense if you were so concerned about Melanie's mental health and all of the things. And if she does not self-evict, then she should be in the bottom as far as least compatible couples. So ultimately, we see as well that Carl and Anaya are finally in a couple since Casa Amor, right? Since Casa Amor, they are finally in a couple. They finally get to share a bed, you guys. So ultimately, we will see how that goes. Carl is so excited to share a bed, right? And then we see a clip also of, you know, Persian Cat and Corbin kissing each other in the bed. And, I know the Karnaya fans, y'all gonna have a problem. Y'all are gonna have a problem because they showed Bryce and Trinity's legs intertwined. And I saw on social media how y'all found the crumbs of Anaya's legs being intertwined with Carl on multiple occasions. And they're getting no screen time. They are getting no screen time. So Karnaya fans, I know you guys are about to be pissed. Production saw the lore of Karnaya and was like, oh, wait a second. We got to put back in our Britney content. You know what I'm saying? We got to ensure the dub. We got to ensure the dub, you guys. That is... that is what happened. Then, you guys, it got a little spicy in the girls' dressing room. I believe Anaya was helping Kenzie with her bathing suit, and I believe, you know what I'm saying, there were some words about matching some energy and stuff, or something along the lines. Was that coming from Persian Cat? It was coming from one of the Casa girls, and I'm inclined to believe it was Persia Cat because only her and TT are left of the Casa girls. And Anaya was like, wait a second, we're not doing all that. We are not doing all of that, right? So then as well, you guys, we have, you know what I'm saying, Casey sitting next to Sincere in the kitchen talking about, did you really forget everything that you did? You know what I'm saying? Did you really forget everything that you did at Casa Amor? You know what I'm saying? The only difference between Casey and Sincere, you know what I'm saying, is Casey decided to, you know what I'm saying, thug it out with his Casa girl. And Sincere wanted to act like the Casa girl was disposable and he could just come back to Melanie, you know what I'm saying, after having a passport bros trip, after having an intimate and explicit extended bachelor party weekend trip and all of the things. So ultimately, we then get a conversation as well with Corbin and also Sincere, because I knew that there was going to be a conversation coming as far as, you know, what ultimately led to Corbin turning against Sincere, what led to him doing this vote. And so ultimately, you know, Corbin feels like he feels that he's an effed up person, kind of defending some things, and you're doing something else on the side. And it didn't make Corbin feel good and all of this and all of that. So ultimately, Sincere sees how this could lead to a lack of trust between him and Corbin. But here is the thing, and I can't help but think about this. I feel like Corbin and Casey are gaming. They see Kenzie and Dylan and Melanie and Sincere as the weakest links. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that they struck when the iron was hot. You know what I'm saying? To you know, cast a little doubt out here. To look good for America, to say, listen, look at here, America. We understand, you know, on KC's side of things, we understand we got it wrong with Kenzie not sending her home the first time, the first go around. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to let you know I'm aware of her movie night. I'm aware of her juggling all these men, and I am going to cast this vote for her. And then I believe Corbin said, listen, look at here. You know what I'm saying? I see what is happening with Melanie and Sincere, and I don't like it. But see, here's the thing, Corbin. Here's the thing. Had you not been desperate for DJing Kenzie and French frying Kenzie and all the things with Kenzie, you and Melanie could have been a contender for that 100K. Because Melanie has got a team of people that would have pushed y'all to the finish line. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's too late now. I see y'all being weirdos again with the crack shit stuff with Corbin and Melanie, but I firmly believe that Corbin likes where he is at with Persian Cat because he's getting what he wants in the bed and everything else, and of their lustful connection and all of the things, right? So then as well, the couples are getting ready for the evening. I believe that they received a text to let them know that they are going to be participating in a version of a couples karaoke, you guys. And we have Carl, I believe it is with Bryce and Zack Attack and Dylan, that are practicing vocal runs. Those of y'all who have ever been in choir, y'all know what I'm talking about. I've been in choir since elementary school. You know what I'm saying? Fa la 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 la. Do re mi fa so la ti. You know what I'm saying? Like doing runs like that. That's what Carl was doing with the gentlemen, you guys. So then as well, we see all of the couples. We don't know what they're performing. It sounds like Bryce and Trinity are going to try to do some rap, and that was not on my bingo card. Kenzie, of course, in her couple with Dylan, is gonna drop the clam slam because what else is she gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So there was gonna be all types of splits, all types of things, and all this and all that. It looks like things get steamy in Carl and Anaya's duet. It looks like KC is busting out the moves in his performance with TT and everything else. And ultimately, Ariana is there in a suit jacket. You know what I'm saying? A suit jacket, cut off dress. You know what I'm saying? Trying to look like, I guess, a student. I don't know what the look was with the glasses and everything else. So she is there to facilitate this whole thing, and it is sponsored by Sarah V. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing, right? I know there's going to be some people who are like, why do we have a challenge like this? Why not have a compatibility challenge? And maybe that still might be on the horizon, but I'm here to tell you, I'd rather have this challenge than that nasty bird feeding food challenge that they try to implement and impose on us every season. Let me see what else. I would have it like any food challenge I would be fine with. Some of these fetish inappropriate challenges, like that cake challenge was just not it. It was absolutely disgusting and diabolical. Why do we have to sit our behinds on top of a freshly baked cake with icing and stuff going up your behind and your private areas? Like what was that about? You know what I'm saying? So I prefer all of that. I still feel like the OG couple should have had an opportunity to do the heart rate challenge against each other. You know what I'm saying? Or if you were going to allow the men to experience that with the Casa girls, the OG girls should have been able to experience that with the Casa men. I felt like that was a little bit unfair. Also, there are several other nasty challenges that the show imposes on us. I still feel we're going to get the baby challenge. I don't know whether or not we're still going to get a Twitter challenge or a ranking challenge, perhaps. I don't know. I guess we are going to see about that. But I feel as though, I prefer this karaoke than some of those gross challenges that the show tries to impose on us. And I think in my mind, I'm not the producer, but I'm thinking what the producers were thinking is that, hey, we just had the Islanders vote for 2 least compatible couples to get out of here. We just had America vote on a least compatible couple to get out of here, right? So why don't we incorporate some type of couples challenge that is very, you know what I'm saying, that is fun, that is going to get everybody engaged, everybody happy. Everything is going to be what it's going to be. And then we're going to come and wreak havoc. Then Ariana is going to drop the other ball that somebody is going home. Now, I have a question. Who do y'all think is getting dumped from the villa tonight? Who do you think? Because apparently it's just going to be one couple. So I believe we're going from, because we had 9 couples previously. We've gone down to 7 with 2 more couples going home, with 5 people being sent home. So now what's going to happen is we're going from 7 couples to 6 couples, right? We're going to 6 couples. So we still have to go from, after tonight's episode, we have to go from 6 couples. Then we got to come down to 5 couples. And then we still got to come from 5 couples down to 4 couples. So we still have 2 more eliminations that we got to get down to a final 4 by the end of next week. By the end of next week, we somehow have to get down to final 4. So I think the bottom for sure has got to be Dylan and Kenzie. I do not know if they're going to do a bottom 2 or a bottom 3, is my question. I feel like at least one of the core 4 is going to see that bottom. I feel like that's going to be the case because I feel like a lot of y'all voted for Corbin and Persian Cat, and a lot of y'all voted for Casey and Tay. But is that going to be enough? Is that going to overtake Persian Cat and Corbin, or is that going to overtake Casey and Tay? Is my question. Because I feel like it is between Casey and Tay. If they do a bottom 3, I feel like Dylan and Kenzie are there for sure. I feel like Melanie and Sincere gotta be there, but Melanie's got such a huge fan base, they might miss the bottom. I don't know. Did Corbin and Casey do enough to put themselves in the top 4 and put a potential for one of the bottom couples of, the core four at the bottom, at risk to be home. Are they going to do a bottom two or a bottom three? I feel like if they do a bottom two, it is because they're protecting Melanie and Sincere or Kata and Zach. But if they do a bottom three, it could be because somebody else, either Corbin or KC, got more votes than somebody else than the core four, but they know that whoever it is that's in the bottom of the core four will have enough votes to say. I think that's how they're going to do it, right? To where it should be Kenzie and Dylan going home tonight. But if they have a chance to get out Corbin and Persian Cat or Casey and TT, they're going to take it. I don't know if they're going to make the Islanders vote or the Islanders stand behind which couple they want to save, or if production got the actual vote that they wanted and just announced that it's going to be based off of whoever the lowest vote was, whoever received the least amount of votes that is in the bottom. So I feel that is going to be a very interesting development for tonight's episode, is if it's going to be a bottom two or if it's going to be a bottom three is going to be interesting, because I feel like when they do the bottom three, it's because there was a couple production ones in there that got the lowest votes, and they want the Islanders to keep the more OG couple of it all out of it, right? But I feel like I did not see a lot of votes for Kata and Zack Attack. I didn't see it, but last time around as well, we didn't see a lot of votes for Kata and Zack Attack, and they were still in the top. So this is going to be very interesting to see how tonight's vote goes, how tonight's votes shake out. I saw a lot of votes for Anaya and Carl. I saw a lot of votes for Trinity and Bryce. I saw a lot of people voting for, Persian Cat and Corbin. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I don't know if that's going to be more than the Melanie and Sincere supporters. But again, I keep trying to tell y'all, some of these polls I don't take seriously because, again, not everybody that participates in those polls necessarily vote. And sometimes people steal screenshots of other people's votes to try to make it look like it was them that voted. That's why I always put a watermark on my votes to let y'all know these are my screenshots. These are my 3 votes that I do every season on these Islanders. I'm not fake jaking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fake jaking nothing with y'all. These are my real deal Holyfield votes. I don't got to steal screenshots from nobody to, try to perform for y'all or do any of the madness. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the polls that I did see, I feel like Carl and Anaya and Trinity and Bryce for sure are in the top. I am unsure about everybody else because but I feel like Melanie and Sincere might have gotten her fans together to really vote for her to stay. I feel like they will be in the top. I feel like of anybody of the core 4 that's in the bottom potentially could be Zach and Kata, but they might save it by doing a bottom 2 to where it's Kenzie and Dylan and either Corbin or KC in that bottom 2. I don't know. We got to see how this shakes out, but I'm excited for the episode, and I can't wait to see what our voting results look like, because, and here's the thing too, I want to give this disclaimer. I understand this is the final week, you guys. I do not like the decampaigning that I'm seeing on social media of the couples. If you like Trinity and Bryce, vote for them. If you like Anaya and Carl, vote for them. If you like Melanie and Sincere, vote for them. If you like whoever you like, vote for them. You do not have to put down other Islanders to bring other people up. Didn't we just have this discussion about the KC and the Corbin of it all? That they didn't have to put down Anaya and Kenzie to big up TT and Persian Cat? You know what I mean? Like we got to be consistent across the board here. Y'all don't got to insult these other couples just to big up your faves. Those of you guys who are eligible to vote know what you need to do. You need to stop engaging in the negative discourse amongst people who are trying to bring you down and trying to cause all of y'all to be like, oh, you guys are so negative, or oh, you guys are such haters, and da-da-da-da-da-da, to knock you off your square and take focus off of what the bottom line is. The bottom line is you want to vote for your favorite couple to win. That is the bottom line. You should not be engaging in discourse and trying to decampaign other couples and try to put out hit pieces on other couples or RICO cases on other couples that have no verifiable receipts to back it up. And I'm surprised the number of y'all that are believing Corbin and Persia Cat, with them allegedly being more intertwined than just the DMs because a friend came out and confirmed it. But y'all had so much smoke for Ace and Shelly. I see y'all. So nonetheless, that is it for this video. I need y'all to do me the biggest favor, and that is to hype the video, please. There is that. That is it. That is all. It's Toast, it's Vinel, it's Benito, it's the other Rose in the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.